Hey friends, happy Monday if it's Monday for you when you're watching this recording. Happy any other day, whichever day it happens to be. Welcome to today's lunchtime free video. Today we're going to do a short yoga sequence. We're going to start with some mobility work to get the joints nice and mobile and happy and freed up before we sit down and get stuck into the week or the rest of the day. And that backside that you can see there is Barchi. Hopefully she's just going to sit down and relax, and hopefully the other dog's going to stay sleeping on the bed. So head down onto your mat. You never know though. You don't need to be an advanced yogi to do these little videos. I'm going to keep it very simple. Let's start in child's pose. So knees wide, toes together, and just taking your forehead down to the floor. You don't need a lot of space. If the ground's too far away, that's not comfortable, two fists, and rest your forehead on your fists like that. If you've got your head down on the floor and you're feeling a bit tight through the top of the shoulders, little shark fin behind the neck. Okay. And just let your body and your mind settle down into the mat. So see if you can sink your sit bones down towards your heels, the belly and the chest dropping down towards the floor. See if you can relax the muscles of the face, soften the jaw. And start to bring some intention to deepening your inhale and lengthening your exhale. The breath is a very important part of our yoga practice. It gives us something to focus on, and by focusing on the breath, we can stay more present. It gives us something to anchor ourselves to the mat and to the present moment. So if the mind starts to wander, which it probably will from time to time, that's okay. Just try and notice or catch yourself wandering off into thought and bring yourself back to focusing on the breath. Starting to notice the space between each breath, so no rush from one breath to the next. Make a little pause at the top and the bottom of each breath. Let's walk both hands over to one side of the mat to get a side stretch. We'll start to lengthen out the body. Breathe into that side of the body that's been lengthened. And then walk the hands over to the other side. And coming back into the center and bring yourself up into all fours. Bring the knees in so that they're below the hips. Making sure that the wrists are below the shoulders, and we start to take some cat-cows, so mobilizing and moving the spine. So tip your tailbone, let the rest of the spine follow. Inhale, look up, and then exhale, tipping the tailbone in the other direction, looking back down. Keep going. So thinking about that movement starting from the tip of the tailbone of the pelvis. And start to bring some awareness into how important the pelvis is, and how the pelvis is the start of a lot of movement. All of these powerful muscles of the body are connected to the hips and the pelvis. All right, so we're going to take it back into child's pose, and we're going to move with a bit more speed from child's pose into a back extension or a version of cobra upward dog. So we're going child's pose, and you're going to shift yourself forward down onto the belly. Draw your belly and squeeze your shoulder blades together, little back extension, inhale, cobra. Doing that again, child's pose. Carefully lowering yourself down, back extension, inhale. Exhale, push it back to child's pose. Carefully going down, inhale. One more time, and then the next time we'll stay down. Child's pose. Rocking forward, carefully lowering yourself down. Draw the belly in, squeeze the shoulder blades, push the hands to the cobra. Inhale, exhale, hands wide. Cobra again with a wide grip. So draw the belly in, squeeze the shoulder blades, a little push of the hands, stay up there, and have a little rock side to side. Another time, each side again. 1 and 2. Taking your left hand out, using the right hand to push yourself over, and this right leg is going to end up on the other side. So we're flipping over like this, but we're not staying there. We'll do each side. Straighten the right leg out, use the left hand to roll yourself over and flip that leg over so we start to get some mobility through the low back. So just doing it really gently. Flip the arms over, roll yourself over. Again. Just gently rolling from one side to the other. Getting some controlled movement through the spine. It shouldn't be an aggressive movement. It's controlled. We are starting to get that movement through the spine. Let's do each side again. Back into the center. Let's take it into Sphinx pose. So just coming up onto the forearms, draw the belly in and cuff the chest forward. Push your pubic bone down into the floor. Forward through the chest like something's pulling your sternum forward. So this is Sphinx pose. Long through the neck. Find your breath. And then we're going to push it back to all fours. We're going to stretch the right leg back, push through the heel to get some stretch and length through the back of that calf. Nice big deep breath down into the belly. Long exhale. Point the toe now. You're going to circle the leg out and around to the outside edge of the other side, to the left. The other side will be the right. Again. So getting that movement through the hip, but with control. So don't try and take the leg so far around that you'll lose all your alignment of the hips. Just drawing a little semicircle out. Around. Let's do one more. And around. And this time, tack it on the outside edge of that left or the other leg. Drop yourself to the forearm and push yourself back so you feel some opening and stretch and length through the hips. Relax the head, breathe in. And move it out. And then popping yourself up, unravel. Let's do the other side. I'm spin myself around so I don't hit the wall. First of all, pushing through the heel, stretch the calf. Decent pressure down into the mat with the hands. So we're not sinking down or collapsing through the shoulder blades. Point the toe and let's circle it out and around like we did on the other side, tapping the outside edge of the right. So about 5 in total. One more. Tapping on that outside edge and dropping yourself down to the forearms, pushing back through the hips. Breathe, relax the head and the neck. And then inhale, bring it back up. Unravel. Let's just go back to a couple of cat-cows, so that tipping of the tailbone in each direction. So we've done a little bit of mobility work through the hips and through the low back. So now we'll go for more of a focus on stability. So let's do a little bit of a warm-up for the core. Right arm, left leg lifts. And as you do that, start to draw the belly in towards the spine. And then switch the other side. Exhale, engage through pelvic floor and hug the belly in like you're trying to do up a tight pair of jeans. Again, let's do another 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back onto the right. Knee to elbow just for 3, same side. 2, and 1. Other side, left arm, right leg. In for 3, 2, and 1. Shift your weight over onto the right hand and the right knee and open up for a side plank variation or modified side plank. If you're feeling strong, lift up the other leg. 3, 2, 1. Let's swap it straight over to the other side. So left out, walk over the weight over to the left hand. Hold, engage your core. 3, 2, 1. Back to all fours. I'm going to take it into downward facing dog. If you've got socks on like me, you might want to take them off so you can grip them out. Better. Nice way of thinking. Tuck the toes. Upside down V. So from there, just take yourself into a high plank. Don't worry about the form of that downward dog for a moment. So high plank, where the hands are below the shoulders. And from there, we take it back into downward facing dog. And you shouldn't have to reposition the feet closer to the hands. That's the distance the hands and the feet should be. If it does feel uncomfortable, you can bring them in a little bit, but don't come too far in. So the feet, you could fit 2 fists between the feet. A little bit of softness through the knees. Sit bones, your bum bones toward the ceiling. Push the ground away with your hands. Rotate the armpits into the midline of the body. Engage your core. Push the ground away with the hand. Put the heels down towards the feet. Let's have a little pedal out of the feet. Right. We're going to start to walk the feet into the top of the mat to the hands. Take a forward fold, so soften the knees, make sure you've got a generous bend for the knee, and just fold forward that the hands hang, or ragdoll the arms so you put the thumbs into the creases of the elbows. The head is really heavy. Resting the belly on the thighs. A little dangle side to side. And back into the center. Release the arms and come up. Vertebra by vertebra. Slowly, slowly. And then the head comes up last. Roll the shoulders back and down. We'll move straight into a couple of rounds of sun salutation 8. Go into some variations. So from the top of the mat, let's give you one more moment. I'm not sure if you can hear my washing machine. Shut the door. All right, from the top of the mat, reaching the hands up towards the ceiling. A little bit of a back bend. So scoop the tailbone under, draw the belly in. Little back bend. Inhale, so we're moving with the breath. Exhale, fold forward. Soften the knees, remember. Take the pressure out the back. Inhale, lift up halfway. Straighten the legs and draw the thighs back. Exhale, plant the hands, step or jump back into high plank. Use the knees for this round, lower all the way down onto the belly. Draw the belly and squeeze the shoulder blades. Sweep yourself through a little bit and go into cobra on the inhale. Exhale, we go back to down. Soften the knees, look between the hands and walk, step or jump back to the top of the mat. Fold forward. Inhale. And exhale. We'll go one more round. If you want to do an upward dog, if you're familiar with upward facing dog, feel free. Otherwise, stick with cobra or sphinx, how we did it on the forearms for the back extension part of the flow. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift on the inhale. Exhale, plant the hand, step or jump back. Take the chaturanga. You can go upward facing dog if you're familiar with it. Otherwise, stick with cobra or sphinx on the inhale. Exhale, back to down. Soften the knees, look between the hands and walk, step. Or jump back to the top of the mat. Fold forward. Inhale to rise up. And exhale to finish. So no rush. One movement per breath. In our yoga flows, let the breath initiate the movement. We're going to go into some variations now. So we'll go sun salutation B. Variation B, starting in chair pose. You're going to sit yourself down like you're sitting in a chair. The feet are quite close, toes a little bit closer than the heels. Sink down, tuck the tailbone, sit down a little lower. Take an inhale. Same as before, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step or jump back. Take the chaturanga, go into cobra, sphinx or upward dog on the inhale. And we meet in downward facing dog to move into warrior one. So from downward facing dog, we lift the right leg, bring the knee into the nose, step it through to between the hands. The left foot, step it out a little bit and plant the heel. So it's not directly behind the front foot, it's out a little bit, plant the heel and come up with the hips tracking forwards. Lifting the arms up, so creating some space in the side body and really strong legs like you're trying to pull the mat apart. The front knee is above the front ankle. Hips are forward. Make sure that the shoulders aren't up near your ears, so draw the shoulders down, find your breath, 2 breaths, right down into the belly. On your next exhale, we frame the front foot with the front hand, with the hands. Step back, flow through, same as before. Inhale. Sphinx cobra or upward dog, and we meet back in downward dog to do the other side. Left leg lifts, knee to nose, step it through for between the hands. Back foot out, plant the heel, come up into warrior one. Strong legs like you're trying to pull the mat apart and the glutes engage. Find your breath, 2 breaths. Next exhale, frame the front foot, step it back, take the flow through into Sphinx Cobra or Upward Dog. We're going to meet in Downward Facing Dog again for some variations. Let's just have a little rest first. Take the knees wide, toes together, take Child's Pose. And reconnect with your breath. So breathing right down into the belly. Long exhale. Just noticing what the breath's doing, what the heart rate's doing, how you're feeling. So just noticing what's going on within the 4 corners of the mat. With your mind, with your body, or is it wandered off into the day, into the to-do list? Bring it back. We've just got another 5 minutes or so here to focus on you. So let's bring it back into Downward Facing Dog. Similar to what we just did. Lift the right leg, bring the knee to the nose, step it through between the hands. This time stay up on the back foot, the ball of the back foot. So we're going up into high lunge. So bringing yourself up. Instead of warrior one, we're in high lunge, Anjaneyasana. So strong through the back heel. A little bit of a scoop under the tailbone. Arms up. Hands through heart center. Take an inhale. And on your exhale, we're going to balance on the front leg. We're balancing on the front leg. So this is warrior 3. We've done 1 and 3. We're about to do 2. Strong through the core. Engage your balance muscles, your glutes. A little bit of tension in the glute. Push that foot into the floor. And in 3, 2, 1, land back in high lunge. And inhale, open up into warrior 2. So peel the hips open. Soft gaze over the middle finger of the front hand, that front knee. It likes to want to collapse in if the hips are tight. Draw it out towards the little toe. Flip the front hand, keep the bend into the front knee. Lift and lengthen back. So don't collapse into the back side of the waist. Lengthen. Take it back. Reverse warrior. Exalted warrior. Back through warrior 2. Take it into side angle. Front arm to the side. Side angle. Let's do that again. Inhale, reverse. And then exhale, side angle. Inhale back into warrior two. Nice big deep belly breath. Cartwheel the hands around, step it back, flow through. Meeting back in downward dog. On the exhale, nice and around again. Do the other side. And then we're done with our short flow. So left leg lifts, knee to nose. Remember this time we're going high lunge. So step it through. Don't worry if you can't get it there. Pick it up and move it. Stay up on the ball of the back foot. Use your core muscles and your balance muscles with the core and the glutes to come up into standing, into high lunge. A little scoop under the tailbone, draw the belly in, strong through the back heel. Next exhale, hands through heart center. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, balancing on that left foot, that front foot. And your balance comes from your core, so engage pelvic floor, deep core, standing leg glute. 3, 2, 1, back into high lunge. And on your inhale, open up into warrior two. You need to take that back leg back a little bit further than it probably landed. Front knee, tracking out towards the little toes, not collapsing in. Lift up through the arches of the feet a little bit. Find your breath. Soft gaze over the middle finger of the front hand. Lift the front hand, reverse the warrior, inhale. Exhale, side angle, front arm to the thigh. Again, inhale. And then exhale. Inhale, warrior two. And then on your exhale, cartwheel the hands around, step it back, take the flow through. Inhale. And exhale, downward dog. And we're going straight into seat. So walk the feet through, pop the bum down, feet on the floor. Very slowly make your way down to the floor for a big full body stretch. Big breath out. All right, hands down by your side. Take the feet wide, windscreen wide with the knees side to side. All right, still the legs, bring the feet in hip distance apart. When I say hip distance, I mean hip bones. We're going to do a little bit of bridge. So taking an inhale and an exhale. Next inhale, coming up, just so that we get an inversion in here. So you've lifted yourself into bridge, push the feet strong into the floor so your chest moves towards your chin. You can leave the hands there or you can walk them underneath, so you'll shimmy the shoulders underneath and interlace the hands. Otherwise, just holding there for about 5 breaths. Looking straight up. Soften the eyes. Breathe. And then slowly, vertebra by vertebra down. Again, knees wide, side to side. And then just take it back into a full body stretch. Roll yourself onto either side. Be careful, prop yourself up with your seat. Pressing the hands on the knees. Just giving the neck a little stretch before we finish up, dropping the head to one side. Other side. Head back up, chin to the chest, and just rock the head from side to side. And then head back up, inhale. Big breath in. Let it out. Hands to heart center. One more big deep belly breath. Sigh out through the mouth. And then together we say, Namaste. Thank you for tuning into this short video. I hope that that got you moving and a little bit more mobile, ready for the day, a bit more in tune with your breath, and gave you some tools to help de-stress and let go of that busyness in the mind. So I look forward to seeing you next time. If you've got any requests for these short videos, feel free to send them through. They don't just have to be yoga. We've got yoga, we've got de-stressing, breathing, meditation, fitness. So if you want anything in particular, let me know. I'm happy to do it. All right. Thanks again, guys. And I'll see you next time. Ciao.